Hello, and thank you for joining us here on the Red Hawk Sports Network, home of the Montclair State Athletics. I'm Matt Boucher alongside Ryan White, and we're here, Panzer Athletic Center, first home game for volleyball. Ryan, how you doing?
I'm doing great. It's nice to be inside instead of being in that heat, but we've got a great matchup here, and I'm very excited for it.
Yeah, respect to the women's soccer team, who's also about to get first kickoff in just a few moments. 90 degrees outside, thankful to be calling an indoor sport. And we're here, Montclair State versus the FDU-Florham Devils. Ryan, what's this matchup looking like?
This is a great matchup between two youngish teams. Both teams don't have too many upperclassmen on the Red Hawks. You only have one senior. And for the Devils, they lost two players last year, so they're returning most of their entire team. You've got two groups that are very familiar with themselves and should have a lot of team chemistry and know exactly what they're trying to do.
Yeah, we went to practice on Monday, spoke to Coach Sawinski, and I mean, the thing that we wanted to know most was the roster turnover from last season to this year. Just one senior, Kelly Waterman, and they graduated 4 or 5 starters. What is that like?
It's definitely tough if you're relying on so many upperclassmen, but that's what college is all about. You always are trying to reload and find that talent every single year, and you're just trying to figure out who can plug in for what you're going to be missing out from the season before. And I think the Red Hawks have done a great job. You've got Emily Karsich, who's going to take over a big role this season, and it should be a good season for them.
Yeah, Karsich filling that role for Delaney St. Pierre, and it's kind of like keeping a dynasty. Like, you always want to think about winning right now, but also being prepared for the future. And we turn it over to the Devils side. They lost 2 seniors, one being a big part. I mean, what should we expect from them?
You know, they lost a huge piece last season with their graduate student, Casey Ross, who led the team in assists. Just an absolute beast of the team. But they're in a similar situation as well. You know, you've got a freshman, Tori Carrisso, who is absolutely balling. She's leading the team with 41 assists, taking that next step up and taking on that role that they're missing from their senior and their graduating class. So it's interesting.
And we're going to be talking a lot about Coach Sawinski from Montclair State. But what about Jason Madsen on the FDU side?
Jason Madsen, you know, he's very familiar with this conference. He's actually a graduate of Stockton University. Prior to coaching here at FDU-Florham, he spent some time at the College of Staten Island and some time at Rutgers Newark. But this is his 7th season here at FDU-Florham. They've qualified for the MAC Freedom Tournament twice in his stint, and he's got an overall record of 74 and 69. And with the best season coming in his first season, when the team went 27-9 and reached the ESAC championship, which included a 13-game winning streak throughout the season.
That's impressive. I mean, how important is it to have that good coaching and good leadership?
It's huge, because if you have someone as experienced as Madsen, he's been through multiple programs. He's seen how different styles of volleyball have been played. He's been under different coaches, and now that he's got his own kind of, he's been here for 7 years, so he's got his own kind of plan, and he's got his own program now, so he knows what he's trying to do, and it's good to have that stability always.
Yeah. Went to Stockton, coached for Rutgers Newark, right?
Yep.
This is a guy that knows the NJAC.
Yeah.
Talk about the NJAC as a whole. I mean, we've seen it last year. This season's going to be intense in all sports. How competitive is the NJAC?
The NJAC has to be one of the most competitive conferences in all of Division III, just because of, I think it comes down to New Jersey and the New York area, and Philly you can add in. Just those 3 major areas have so many people in them, so many great athletes.
Yeah.
You're in such a small area. Every conference of every sport is going to be packed, but specifically NJAC, it seems like every single race to the conference tournament is a absolute stacked one, and it's tough to even qualify for your tournament.
Yeah. So Coach Madsen knows what he's getting his hands in when he's coming here to Montclair State to face this Red Hawk team. And you mentioned the New Jersey, New York, Philly area. This is a Montclair State team that doesn't have many of the locals in it. I mean, what did Coach say about the recruitment and the fact that he has players from all over the United States?
You know, it is pretty fascinating how diverse this team is in terms of where they're from, because most of the NJAC, like we just said, is from New Jersey. Like, a lot of the teams at Montclair State are strictly from New Jersey. but this team has 3 players from Florida, someone from Colorado, California. It's everywhere, but it's I think the plus in that is you have just so many different styles of living, styles of play, and they all come together. They all share different things and have the similar some things in common, some things not in common. But when they all come together, I think it's set up to be something special.
Yeah, I hope Coach has a lot of points on his flight plan. I think that's how that works. But we're going to take a short break here on the Red Hawk Sports Network. Be back in about 5.5 minutes for the first serve. Don't go anywhere.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the 2023 opener for the volleyball team as your Montclair State University Red Hawks take on the FDU-Florham Devils. This time we have to figure out who your house as we are America's playing our national anthem. Thank you. The time of PT starting on the first for the FDU. Not far as I did for 6 against the 3. Two now number 7, Jada Evers. Sophomore number 10, Dan Hart. First for 11, President Rizzo. Freshman number 13, Ariana Boyd. Junior number 21, Rizzo Reader. And senior number 22, Charlotte Crucio. This is good for Kyle Hickman, just for us. And now the starting lineup here on Montclair State University Red Hawks. A 5'9" junior outside from Erie, Colorado, number 1, Scott Ramsey. A junior outside from Boone, number 10, Rachel Curran. Outside freshman middle from Atlanta, Georgia, number 11, Zoe Homer. A 5'7" sophomore center from Jefferson, number 13, Emily Carson. A 5'10" middle from Cherry Hill, number 14, Lily Thomas. Finally, sophomore right side from Roxbury, number 28, Leanne Bergeron. Primarily, 5'5" sophomore from Devils, Florida, number 6, Anna Patrick. The assistant coaches are Megan Carter, Rebecca Tasker, and Edwin Cousins, and coach. The Red Hawks in the season, Eddie Stilisky. And now, let's play volleyball.
And we are back here on the Red Hawk Sports Network. Matt Boucher, Ryan White, and the first volleyball home game of the season. Panther Athletic Center, Red Hawk Sports Network. Ryan, oh man, it's time.
It's about to get rowdy in here, Matt. This is going to be a great game, a great matchup between two teams that are young and hungry.
And how important is it to get off to a strong start with your first home game?
Oh, it's huge. First off, you want to put on for your fans and everyone coming out to see the team play. But it's just a momentum builder. You just want to keep stacking the wins up and get hot early and remain hot for the rest of the season.
Yeah.
And that's where it starts.
We'll look at the starting lineups and then get the first serve for FDU-Florham. We're going to see Vanessa Freeman, number 6, Jada Everett, number 7, Gabby Hart, number 10, Tori Caruso, number 11, Ariana Wood, number 13, Rachel Reeder, number 21, Charlotte Fouchon, number 22, getting cut off by the serve. It's a good one. The Devils put it over. The violation. Looks like Cabriglione went into the net on that one. Can't do that. Go into the net, and that's an automatic point. The Devils shaking off the jitters. Tori Caruso back to serve for the Devils. Just over the tape. Good pass by Kern. Back to Kern. She slaps it over. Great dig by Fouchon. The set, it's going to be a free ball. Ramsey takes it. Karsic, quick to Thomas. Tips it over. Dug out by the Devils. And Curran, the first point for Montclair State. And we're square at 1.
Clever move by Kern, just to tip it right over the net into a nice spot where no one was.
In the back row right now for FDU, Fouchon, Wood, and Freeman. Fouchon takes it. Outside is Everett. Good dig by Hatcher. Karsic back to Cabriglione. And hits the line. Cabriglione with the strike. Second point for Montclair. Curran goes back to serve again. Fouchon uses their hands. The set outside. Good swing. Dug out by Curran. And another net violation by Montclair State. 2 points for FDU. Both have come from net violations on Montclair. Eliana Wood. Back to serve. Hatcher takes the pass. Karsic. Thomas. Thomas tips it over. Good pass. Second hands by Fouchon. Outside is Freeman. Blocked. 4 swings by FDU. Went into the net. A point for Montclair. We await the serve by Emma Hatcher. 3-2 Montclair State leads. Fouchon. Set outside to Freeman. Dug out by Hatcher. Karsic. Ramsey up the middle. Tips it out. Second hands is Caruso. And a free ball. Curran takes it. Karsic. Back to Cabriglione. Off the hands. And a point for Montclair. And they double FDU score.
Cabriglione is killing them on the kills right now.
I see what you did there. Cabriglione is a force to be reckoned with last season. And a bit of a change of positions for her, going from middle to right side this year. All part of Coach Swincy's grand plan. Great set by Caruso. Slapped over, dug out by Hatcher. Karsic. Back row Curran. And it's a kill for Curran. We saw a lot of those last weekend when Montclair State won a tournament. Tournament MVP, Rachel Curran. Hatcher back to serve. Wood, Freeman, and Fouchon. Back to pass. Fouchon takes it. Caruso, quick up the middle. Dug out by Caruso. Outside, Slamsy by Ramsey. She gets her first kill at Montclair this season.
The Red Hawks are heating up. Ramsey with great placement for the kill.
Hatcher winding up. Pass by Fouchon, goes back. Second hands from Hart. And Freeman hits it outside the antenna. Seeing Montclair starting to gain the momentum. Ryan, how important is a good pass here by FDU?
It's essential to get a point and to stop the bleeding right now. They got to just get control of it and set their teammates up to get back on track here.
That'll do it.
That also will do it. Right now, the only way the Devils have scored were by Red Hawk errors, so Montclair State has to be feeling confident right now, but it's still very early.
It's like the beginning of a fight, you know, just feeling each other out. Hart puts that one just over the tape. Karsic. And Horn. A quick tip. And a quick kill. Katie Rahman checks into the game for Cabriglione. Karsic now goes to the front row. So Karsic, if she were to choose, can slap it over herself. Karsic, Ramsey, and Horn. Front row for Montclair. Good pass by the Devils. Caruso. Blocked. Goes out of bounds. So a good swing there by Horn. Excuse me, that was a good swing by Everett. Going to the hands of the Redhawks and out of bounds. Now Everett goes to the back row and goes back to serve. Puts it over Curran. Rodman has to take the second one, and Ramsey sends over a small free ball. Caruso. Outside, Freeman. And in the corner, the Devils fighting back.
There's a kill that you like to see by the Devils. Puts it in the back right corner where no one is.
Jade Everett. Good serve to Hatcher. Karsic. Ramsey. Ramsey! Strong kill. Now Ramsey checks out. And we'll see Gabby Conrad for the first time today go back to serve. Conrad, freshman from Norristown, Pennsylvania. One of the 3 Pennsylvanians on this team. Conrad with a good serve, goes to Fouchon. Caruso. Tipped by Reeder. Hatcher sets up Kern. She hits it over. Do it again. Outside. Freeman tips it over. Curran's there. Karsic. Easy play. Horn. Dug out by Fouchon. A tip over. Hatcher's there. Karsic. Outside. Curran takes it herself. FDU tries keeping it up but can't. And another kill for Curran.
Right there on that play, it looked like the Redhawks were going to make a mistake, but they just kept rallying it, and they found themselves, and they got themselves the point.
Fouchon. Caruso. Up the middle. Reeder. Robin keeps it up. Conrad, second touch, and they can't get a third. And FDU answers back. Freeman goes back to serve. Everett now in the front row. Karsic tips it over herself. Good play by the Devils. Reeder is going to send it over. Conrad quick to Karsic. Karsic tips it over. And a point for Montclair. Montclair's having very active hands. Being ready for the tips, keeping it up, and putting it right back. Horn with the serve. It's a good one. FDU has to slap it over, but can't reach the net. Montclair heating up. Horn back to serve. Lily Thompson in the front row, and the first timeout comes from FDU. It's Montclair. Montclair has doubled FDU's lead, 12-6. Ryan, what you seeing so far?
It's been back and forth early. It seems like the Devils have settled in and have started to put together some plays for themselves. They got off to a rocky start. It's still very early, but right now you got to give it to the Redhawks. They're playing with a lot of energy. Their chemistry looks there, and they're looking in form right now, and they're looking hot.
For sure. I mean, anytime you get out to a 12-6 start, the first home game of the year, and usually you'll see like a little rust maybe. And we saw the 2 net violations in the first 4 points, but ever since then they've been controlling what they can control and looking great on both sides of the floor.
They've been really steady. Everyone has their role and is very in tune with where they're supposed to be and where they're going to be. They all know how to set each other up. Karsic is doing an amazing job at setting up the people, the spikers, and everyone who's going to kill the ball, and they're doing a great job.
Karsic with 7 assists so far today. So like you said, setting up her hitters very well. Curran with 3 kills, Ramsey with 2. Horn and Karsich both with 1. Horn now back to serve just over the tape. Good pass by Freeman. The set back to Freeman. Hits it to Robin. Karsich back to Thomas. Good play design, but blocked by FDU.
That was Ariana Wood on the block. That was a great block by her. Puts the Devils within 5.
Ariana Wood doesn't come from far. She's from Wayne, New Jersey.
Wow.
So just a town over. Served by Fouchon. Dug out by Conrad. Karsich outside. Curran off the fingertips and in the back. Curran with the kill. Curran currently dominating.
Nice. Between Curran and Ramsey, Montclair's hitters they're elite. They're going to do very well in this conference.
That pair on the outside, both juniors, so still a lot of time with those two. Maybe Thomas blocked it. It looked like an error by Wood on that side. Montclair 14-7. Karsich serves it over. The back pass, little miscommunication by the Devils, and the ball goes out of bounds. Free ball wasn't so free. Montclair tallies another.
And right now I feel like that's the difference so far. Sometimes the Devils have looked a little discombobulated or not unsure with themselves, and Montclair State looks completely in it.
Yeah, just there. It looks like the ball was fumbling, but they're able to keep it up. Karsich is there. Hatcher will take the second hands. Goes to Capriglione. Smart play. FDU trekking it back. And great re-entrance. Karsich outside. Curran with the kill. Curran, the transfer from Eastern, looking dominant so far. 16-7. Karsich, great serve. Pass to Fouchon. Outside. Good adjustment by Wood. Back to Capriglione. Capriglione through the blockers. Just that campfire. And Montclair leads 17-7. Just when things are looking great, they get even better. Rocky the Redhawks in the house.
He even gave you a fist bump, Matt.
And an ace by Karsich. For Coach Madsen. You thinking about timeout here? Try and settle things down?
I think so. I think that'd be a good idea to regroup and.
Curran fighting at the net. Capriglione on fire.
Yeah, Montclair's on a 7-0 run right now since the Devils put in the 5. It would be a good time to regroup, maybe make a substitution.
The Montclair hitters are having everything that they want right now. Caruso outside. Great spot by Ariana Wood. Just to the right of Hatcher. Playing deep in 5.
A much needed point by the Devils. Before that, Redhawks run a 7-0 run and that stopped the bleeding.
Charlie Tarlack subs out. And then comes Jada Everett. Caruso back to serve. And the serve goes out of bounds. 20-8 now. Ramsey checks back in. And it's like you kind of get a sigh of relief if you're FDU as you see Curran go back to serve, so she can't hit in the front row anymore. But then you see Sky Ramsey go to the front row. Good pass by FDU, and they're going to slap it over. It's Wood. Dug out by Curran. Karsich. Outside, it's Ramsey. Strong off the fingertips, Capriglione with the coverage. Back to Ramsey. This time, she plays it smart. And just to the right of Fouchon. And another kill for Sky Ramsey.
And just like you said, Matt, when Curran goes back, you've got Ramsey. How valuable is it to have two hitters just like that are just absolute snipers every time they hit the ball?
Valuable enough where Chase and Madsen takes the second time out. But like you said, I mean, having Ramsey and Conrad, Curran, Ramsey and Curran just taking turns being the outside hitters. The outside hitter position is the one that gets fed the most. They're always available on the outside, where they play, obviously. But they're always available to get those swings. And so to be able to be consistent and to adjust, like we saw Sky Ramsey go up there, go strong into the hands of FDU with a great block. Then Sky Ramsey gets set again. She plays it smart, takes some heat off of it, and gets the kill. So to be able to have that high IQ, when we were talking to Coach Stawinski, he talked about how important it is for these women to have high IQ position players, and we're seeing it today. Another thing he said was about the chemistry. And we talked about the roster turnover in the beginning of this game, but a lot of these women that are on the court right now, they weren't really on the court last season. I mean, Karsich is finally getting her opportunity. She's been learning from Delaney St. Pierre all last season, and you can see it on the court that she's doing a really great job. Rachel Curran coming over from Eastern, coming into her own as well. Cruchon, Carissa, quick up the middle. Curran goes to dig. Karsich, Thomas with the kill. Thomas's first kill today. The first one on the home court. Got to feel good to get that first kill under the belt at Montclair. 22-8, 3 points away, and getting scary for the Devils. Short serve, dug out by Cruchon. Carissa outside the tip. Cabiglione's there. Karsich set out to Ramsey. Ramsey with the smike. And Ramsey gets another kill. They're playing smart, and that's the biggest thing. They don't have a lot of that senior presence, but they're playing like they are seniors.
And it's just a lot of great movement and knowing where your teammate is and communication.
Karsich to Thomas, and Thomas to the campfire.
Back-to-back kills by Lily Thomas. It's got to feel good.
We're seeing very good hands up front by Montclair, and they're getting touches with the blocks, and that's making things a lot easier for the defenders behind them. Good swing by Everett, dug out by Hatcher. Karsich to Cabiglione, smart play. Freeman to Caruso, outside. Everett puts it into the net, and the first set goes to Montclair State, 25-8. Dominant victory by the Redhawks there, and they get 1 of 5. Go to 3. Ryan, I mean, what do we see there?
That was an amazing first set by the Redhawks. It was led by Rachel Curran, the transfer, with 5 kills. Sky Ramsey got herself 4, and Mia Capriglione also got 4. Between those 3, smashing the ball and with great placement and accuracy, the Devils, that was a tough set for the Devils. How do you bounce back from a set that is such widespread in score?
So it's definitely that you can see the things that the Devils were doing that they can clean up. And the first thing is the hitting percentage. That's the first thing that jumps out to me. Montclair is hitting .552 compared to FDU's 71. So what that tells me is that Montclair is hitting super efficient, which means that maybe the blockers were a little late to get to their spots. Maybe the defense was a little out of order. But a number like .552 is extremely high. Like, if you can be hitting .250, like that's solid. But .552 means that they were very efficient and they limited the errors. And that's the biggest thing. And that's why we look over to the FDU side. They had four errors and a hitting percentage of 71. So they're hitting a lot of balls, maybe out of bounds, maybe into the net. And so if you can just control, you can control. And I say that way too much. But it's very important because you don't want to play against 7 players. 6 against Montclair State, and you don't want to play against yourselves. And that's the biggest thing, is just limiting the errors and playing what you can play. So we look at last season. The last matchup that these two teams played each other. Gosh, I don't know why it took me so long to say that. But these two teams have a little bit of history. They played each other in 2021. As we look back to that last one, October 6, 2021. I'm pretty sure I was on the call for that. Montclair State won 3-0. First set, 25-23. Second set, 25-10. And the third set, 25-16. And I mean, we're seeing this first set was 25-8. And that team was a lot more senior leadership compared to this team. So, I mean, to see the two towns, Montclair's on pace for a good game today.
Coach Stawinski's building a nice program filled with a lot of young talent, and I think that evidence right there shows it. The difference in the roster compared to then, compared to now, it's night and day in terms of who's on the team, but you're still getting the same results and still a great play style and very efficient volleyball.
In their grand history, starting in September 21st, 1991, all the way until today, FDU is winning that matchup 10-9. So a win here by Montclair State would even things up. I don't know if Coach Stawinski is necessarily thinking about that. More of just logging together good volleyball. So we're going to get set here for the second set. Get a little bit of change from Montclair. Julia Vargo will be in the game. Karsic, Cabriglione, Thomas, Hatcher, and Ramsey make out the rest of the starting lineup. And for FDU, we're going to see Caruso to set and to serve. She serves it over. Good pass by Ramsey. Karsic goes back to Ramsey. Ramsey! Strong hit and strong kill. And Montclair's on the board.
Jada Everett went for the block, but Ramsey, like you said, just such a strong kill through the hands and just too much for Everett to block it. Great kill.
Hatcher back to serve. Good pass by Wood. Caruso outside. Everett. Good dig by Montclair State, and they return it. Ramsey. We have two different calls. One down ref set in, one down ref set out. The upper ref takes over, says Point Devils. 1-1.
I know I'm biased, Matt, but that did look inside the lines to me.
Wood to Ramsey. Karsic outside of Cabriglione. Cabriglione gets the kill. FDU got some hands on it. Wasn't enough to return it. Cabriglione after the kill checks out. Rodman out of the back. And I'll see Karsic go to the front row. Careful for her. Freeman. Now Everett on the right side. Good dig by Vargo. Tight to Karsic. Just mistimes the play. Goes into the net. And we're sure at 2. So that's what I mean when you have to be careful with Karsic, because when she's on the front row, she has her options of being able to set, but also she can put it over herself. And there's an ace for FDU. Gabby Hart.
And it looks like the Devils have come out of that last first set and into this set with more intensity, more accuracy, and it seems to be more of a collective group right now.
Hatcher with a good pass. Goes outside the horn. She hooks it over. Caruso. Free ball given by Freeman. Vargo takes it. Good pass. Karsic outside. Ramsey. Dug out by FDU. They keep it in play. And they live to see another day. Hatcher takes it. Karsic with the second touch, goes outside. Sky Ramsey tips it over. Great dig by Freeman. Everett pops it up. Slapped over by FDU and out of bounds. Montclair ties it up at 3. So we were seeing FDU start to piece it together. That break in between that first and second set is definitely helpful. Gabby Conrad goes to the back row. Sky Ramsey checks out. Curran to the front row. Free ball. Rodman takes it. Karsic outside. Curran through the blockers and in.
What a hit by Curran. Through looked like the entire FDU team in the perfect spot in between them all.
You know when a basketball player is just seeing the net just like an ocean? That's how Curran is right now, and there's an ace by Gabby Conrad. Gabby Conrad, Rachel Curran, both names that weren't on the team last season. This new program is different, but maybe in a good way. Everett hits it over. Ball's bouncing around. Lands on Montclair's side. Karsich takes the second touch back to Curran. Tips it over and in. A kill by Curran. This team is playing very fluid, very connected. Conrad back to serve. Pass. Everett. Everett blocked by Curran. Can't get a second touch. Late block by Curran.
Curran is doing it all, as you see with that block. The play before, a soft tip over the net. The play before that, a spike down the middle.
Great pass by the Devils. Caruso outside to Everett, off the antenna. And a costly error for the Devils. Who's shown? Freeman takes it. Caruso back to Freeman. Freeman, strong approach, dug out by Conrad. Karsich. Curran passes it over. Freeman takes it. Second touch goes back to Freeman. Great spot, but dug out by Hatcher. Karsich. Curran. Dug out by Fouchon. FDU scraps it together. Karsich. Options. Horn off the fingertips of FDU. Caruso. Ball's in the air. Who takes it? Freeman does. Karsich with the second touch again. Horn going to her right, tips it over. FDU keeps it up, put into the net, and on their side. Double digits for Montclair.
That was a great rally by both teams, both being very composed, but in the end, Montclair State finds a way.
9-3 Montclair leads. Good serve by Conrad. It's a great serve, actually. That's an ace. Gabby Conrad. Another ace for her.
And the Redhawks have heated up once again, leading to a timeout. I was just going to say this is a big moment for the Devils where you can't let it get too far ahead right now. You gotta stop it right now and get back into the game.
The Redhawks are red hot right now, leading 10-3. And if you're Coach Jason Madsen, what are you telling the team right now?
I'm saying to stay composed, play your volleyball, and just communicate more. You know, the Redhawks are. Every time the ball gets hit onto their side, they know exactly what they're doing, and the Devils just need to stick to their game plan and find their hitters in the right spots. But right now, it's just a hit might be slightly off, or defensively they might be a couple feet off in the wrong position. You know, they're just a little discombobulated, but they're showing all the right things.
Yeah, 3 attacking errors for the Devils so far today. If they can start to clean that up, and that will be huge going in to the rest of this second set. As Montclair has a big lead here, 10-3. It's still early. They can still bring it back. They have to start stringing together those good plays, good passes.
And if you're the Devils, I think the key is feeding Jada Everett. She's looked very nice tonight with her kills, and she's got a lot of power with that right hand. And just keep feeding her, and she might get you there.
Everett on the right side right now. Pass by Wood. Goes outside to Freeman. Karsich. Back to Horn. Good dig there by Caruso. Fouchon. Outside. Good swing. Hatcher. Karsich. Horn. Blocked. What a block by Reeder. Gets the best of Horn there. And a big point and a big block by Reeder.
And on that block, the whole second row of the Redhawks were very up close in front and kind of left in no man's land for that rebound on the way back, and no one was able to dig it out.
We've been seeing Montclair win that battle up front. FDU's got to change that. They're going to change the trajectory of this game, and that's another kill for Curran. And they're going to change the call. So that down ref that was right next to the ball said in, and the up ref, who is 30 feet away, said it's out. So, anyway, Gianna Buscarino checks in for the Devils. Buscarino puts it into the net. So maybe a ball don't lie type of moment.
I like that. That's what we say in basketball.
Zoe Horn goes back to serve. Emma Hatcher checks out. And Lily Thomas back in the game. We saw her put together some nice hits at the end of the first set. See if she can build off of that. Buscarino sets now. Good hit over there by Wood. Lily Thomas, good hustle. Trying to keep that one alive. And FDU gets their 6th point.
That was just a tough play by Carson, trying to backhand it to Thomas. But they almost got it, but definitely very tough play to execute.
So we saw an adjustment made by the Devils. Buscarino is now going to set. That ball comes over by us. Now FDU trailing by just 4 after an error from Montclair. Another great serve by the Knights, by the Devils. Vanessa Freeman putting together some good ones behind the service line right now as the ball rolls onto the court.
That timeout was huge for the Devils. They're right back in the game within 3 on a run of some points right here.
Good pass that time by Conrad. Karsich goes back to Conrad. Smacks it. Montclair gets it back. Curran dug out by Fouchon. Buscarino, that's a double. That was clear as day. The upper ref saw it that time. So Montclair gets their point. So we saw FDU make the change. Buscarino is taking over setting duties. And Caruso goes to the bench. Karsich back to serve now, just over the tape. Buscarino takes the second touch, goes outside, and out of bounds. Vanessa Freeman, a couple feet out of bounds, and Montclair gets a point. Emily Carson's back to serve now. Hits it over. Buscarino takes the second touch. That's not a double. That's a great hit. Montclair returns it. Curran off the fingertips of Fouchon. Rachel Curran.
She has so much power on that hit. It's just so hard to return every single time. And when you have that accuracy as well, it's almost unhittable.
Now, I started prepping for this game just a few days ago, and so I wasn't too in tune with the tournament this past weekend, but I did see that this new transfer student, Rachel Curran, was tournament MVP, and you can see it.
We are definitely seeing it right now. Rachel Curran is absolutely balling, and she's showing why she won that MVP in the tournament.
And Coach was raving about her on Monday. Great serve by Karsich. Just over the tape and it droops in. 16-8. And another timeout by Coach Madsen.
Just when you thought the Devils were getting right back into the game, the Redhawks turn it on and pull away once again, leading 16-8, doubling the score.
Yeah, we saw a few mistakes by Montclair in that middle part of this second set, but they've cleaned it up, and Montclair has been having a great day.
You see it. You see how well-rounded they are. They're scoring in many different ways. You've obviously got Curran, who we just mentioned, balling and killing him with her spikes, but also we just saw Karsich with an ace, and just the amount of passes and accuracy they have all together. It's amazing to watch.
And we were talking to Coach, and he was talking about how great the front hands are for Montclair this year. That they have been really good at blocking. I mean, Cabriglione is one of the best blockers in the NJAC. And we're seeing it from Zoe Horn and Lily Thomas, two new freshmen that are doing a great job up front. And Karsich has been doing a great job up front, as well as the tandem of Ramsey and Curran. And if you have good, strong hands up front, good blockers, that helps the defense behind you work around. Because if you know you can take away one angle and just put your defenders on the other angles, you're going to have a great day. And it's really making it difficult for this FDU team, who's really good at hitting. We've seen FDU have some great swings. Montclair is just having a really great day. Karsich back to serve. Fouchon takes Buscarino outside. Good swing there. Leah Narodsky checks into the game, and an immediate impact from Narodsky. Leader checks out, so we'll see Gabby Hart back into the game for the Devils. Fouchon, good serve. Karsich, Thomas! Another great kill. That's the type of play that I was talking to you pre-game, where if you have that good chemistry between your setter and your hitters, you can do things where you work the hitters around Karsich. And Lily Thomas and this whole entire Montclair State team, very athletic. So if you can have players that can start from the center of the court and then run to the right and meet you in the air, it's scary for the defense. And that's a great swing there from Wood. Ariana Wood, the Wayne native, cuts the deficit to just 7 now. Moscarino checks back out, so they're going to do a set by committee now. It's Caruso back to the game, and she'll set. Great serve, and gets the best of Ramsey there. Ryan, in my opinion, that is the best type of serve. One that is, if you can hit it with just your palm, the ball has like a knuckle type of movement on it. So difficult to pass. And if you can keep it just above the tape, good pass there by Ramsey. Karsich. Akermanian, her first touch, goes out of bounds.
And the Devils starting to rally right back.
Consecutive points.
Tori Caruso with some great serves, and the Devils only are down by 5 after another break.
3 straight points from the Devils. Karsich. Ramsey ends the drought. Ramsey, a great swing and a great kill. Extends the lead to 6. 18-12. This needs to be a great pass by FDU. Can't let Montclair catch that momentum. Hatcher. Good pass by Wood. Outside. Everett. Good swing. Better dig by Vargo. Pass. Ramsey up the middle. The slamsy from Ramsey extends the lead to 7.
It feels like in some moments the Redhawks can just turn it up a notch and get back to where they need to go, and that's what we've seen in these last 2 possessions right here. Ramsey taking over.
As much as it's great to see Lily Thomas and Zoe Horn work to their right when they get those kinds of sets. Good hands there by Montclair. But being able to move your outside up the middle like that, dangerous. Very, very dangerous. Montclair going on the run themselves. 2012, good year. Emma Hatcher goes back to serve. Ramsey checks out. We're going to see the first appearance of Emily Ferry here at the Panzer Athletic Center. Ferry's a freshman. Good serve by Hatcher off the tape, and that's an ace! Emma Hatcher. You always want to keep the serves as low as possible, but just high enough over that tape. And that's the ideal type of serve. To be able to hit off the tape and droop. Scamper into the other side of the court. 21-12. Hatcher. Cooking. Good pass by FDU. Outside Everett. It's tight. Montclair keeps it up. Great touches. And they send over a free ball. Caruso. Outside. Wood. Great dig by the freshman. Akermanian. Second touch. Carson sends it over. They're going to readjust. Caruso. Everett taps it over. Akermanian, 1 touch. Hatcher a second. Carson slaps it over. We got ourselves a rally. And it's ended. Gabby Hart got a low set.
I think that was Ferry with a phenomenal one-handed dig that kept the Redhawks alive in that play. That was a phenomenal rally.
22-12 now. Getting to striking distance for Montclair State. Hatcher. Great serve. Goes tight. Horn puts it over. Vargo now. Carstens with the second touch. Outside. It's Ferry. Blocked by Everett. Outside. It's Wood. Wood over the tape. and Ferry keeps it alive, but it dies. Goes out of bounds, and a point for Devils, and a couple fun rallies we're seeing here at the Panzer Athletic Center.
Although that just went out, I've been very impressed with these couple of plays since Emily Ferry checked in. Her reaction speed and her athleticism is really showing off.
Varga with a good pass. Karsic up the middle. Horn gets the kill. That was one of the... Coach talked about pretty much everybody on Monday, but he did mention Emily Ferry from Tuxedo, New York as a player to watch this season. Robin. Good pass there by FDU. He hit it over. Vargo. Dime. Karsic. Horn will keep it up, but not enough. Goes out of bounds. Karsic is having great chemistry with her hitters tonight.
And right now we're seeing the depth of Montclair State, right? Ramsey and Capriglione are both out, and you're seeing Zoe Horn with some great hits.
Fouchon with the pass. Back to Everett. Everett goes under. And another point for Montclair, and that will do it. The second set goes to Montclair State. Everett, that pass was a little too tight. She stepped under the net. Can't do that. 25-13. Montclair State wins the second set. They're up 2-0 now. What were the differences between that first set and that second set?
You know, we obviously saw a better performance in the second set from the Devils, although the Redhawks pulled it out. I think the difference was that the Devils were getting their hits and they were more accurate, and they seemed more together. They knew what they were doing, and they came out into that second set aware of how the Redhawks are going to play and more aware with what's going on in the game and more established. But in the end, the Redhawks ended up, it just seemed like they can turn it on when they need to and pull away, and that's what we saw once again.
Very resilient team we're seeing. And there are like some long rallies that it takes a lot to stay locked in with the play. Montclair's doing a great job with that. Emily Karsic, 24 assists through 2 sets, putting up some great numbers so far. Curran with 9 kills, Ramsey with 8. Capriglione's got 5. And this is a team that's doing really, really well up front.
They are, Matt, and we also saw the depth in that second set with this team because Sky Ramsey is on the bench, Mia Capriglione's on the bench, but you still have Karsic in the middle, diming to all of her teammates and setting up someone like Zoe Horn. And we even saw the freshman Ferry get in there and show off her capabilities.
Mm-hmm. And this is a deep roster. And Coach said it's 19 players. It's kind of a lot, but when each player brings something so valuable to the team, and it's exponential to have a lot of players, and it brings so many different aspects to the game. And he talked about Chipman and Rodman's ability to lead as juniors, and that Kelly Waterman's done a great job of mentoring some of the younger players as the lone senior. But these freshmen and these transfers are proving to be very valuable.
And they all do something a little different. Like you said, they all know their role. They all obviously have different roles, but they complement each other so well. When you have someone in the middle like Karsic setting up killers like Ramsey, Curran, Horn, it makes all of each other's jobs so easy.
Yeah, it kind of speaks volumes to all these players' club teams that they're playing for in the off season when they weren't here at school. And like having a pair of 2 freshman middles, and that's kind of, you don't see that very often. And they graduated Gianna Arias last season, but Cabriglione was a great middle for Montclair State last year. But for Coach Stawinski to have the high IQ that he has, to be able to say, all right, let's move Cabriglione to right side because she can dominate there, and we're seeing that so far. And be able to trust 2 freshmen in Lily Thomas and Zoe Horn, who have really taken these jobs and have been doing really great with them. And like you mentioned, the depth. I mean, to not start Nadia Akermanian in the first set, and she comes into the second set and fits right in. Team is deep, and that's going to be valuable for the long season that we're going to see for this Montclair State team. as we begin the first serve of this third set. Montclair leading 2-0. Karsic back to serve, serves it over. It's a good pass by Freeman. Quick ball is played. Ball's in the air, 50-50 ball. Curran keeps it up. Karsic goes back to Curran, goes back to the well, and it's another kill. Curran, speechless.
Speechless is the word, Matt. Curran goes for the block, doesn't quite get it, reacts just enough in time, digs it up, gets set back up for the kill. What a play by Curran.
Karsic puts that one into the net. Haven't seen too many service errors for Montclair. We'll chalk that one up as an outlier. Caruso back to serve and is set. Hatcher a little bit to the right. Karsic passes it back to Vargo, sends a free ball. Hushon had a good pass. Good adjustment there by Hart. And a tip over by Curran, kept up by the Devils. They send over a free ball. Vargo, great pass. Karsic back to Thomas. Thomas, another kill. The athleticism on full display right now for Montclair State. For defenses to have to account for the attackers moving all around makes things quite difficult. And the second service error for Montclair. Maybe we can't chalk it up as an outlier. Curran sends that one outside of the antenna and out of bounds. 2-2. Wood goes back to serve. Hatcher with the pass. Karsic takes Ackermanian, tips it over. Wood with the second touch, and they send it over. Curran, Karsic, outside. The freshman out of bounds. Emily Ferry, good contact there, just a bit outside, like it's baseball. Ariana Wood.
The Devils got to jump on this right now and keep it going for themselves in this the final set for their lives.
That's the beauty of volleyball. I mean, you could lose 25-0, but the next set, it always starts 0-0.
You can keep yourself alive and live another day.
Yeah. So if you can start to catch some momentum, figure out how to move forward in the best way possible, game's never over. Unless one team gets 3 set wins. Then the game's over. 3-3.
We are yet to be there.
In the third set. Great pass by Wood. Goes outside. Good swing by Freeman. Karsic. Horn. Blocked. Karsic back to Ackermanian now. And Ackermanian puts it in the corner. Looked like Freeman was a little slow to get up there. Ackermanian took advantage. Vanessa Freeman, sophomore from Piscataway, New Jersey, having a good day today. Just noticed that she's 5'5". She is not playing like she's 5'5".
She's rising up and playing like a vet who's a lot taller than she is too.
Gotta respect that. As Gabby Hart goes to the back row and will serve, which means we'll get Rachel Ryder in the front row. Outside, Ferry. Good dig. Great set. We saw Freeman send it over. Karsic. Ackermanian. Ackermanian with great contact. Had that top spin. Goes out of bounds. And now we're starting to see these teams trade shots. FDU leads 5-4. But the question is, can they sustain it?
In the first 2 sets, FDU stayed in it in the first couple of points.
Great serve by Gabby Hart.
But right now in this third set, we're seeing their best start to a set, and let's see if they can keep it going, because in the previous 2 sets, at a certain point, the Redhawks would turn it on and pull away.
And the big thing is FDU has yet to make an attacking error. Ackermanian out of bounds. Montclair has made 3 attacking errors to start in this third set. So the tide is starting to shift. FDU's cleaned up their mistakes, and that's prone to Montclair making a few of their own. And maybe I jinxed it, as Gabby Hart sends that one out of bounds. 7-5, gonna get a pair of substitutions.
A few really good serves by Gabby Hart, who's one of the better players on the team, that gives the Devils the lead and puts them in a good position, their best position of the night so far.
Gianna Sheffield checks in and will serve for Montclair, her first appearance at the Panzer Athletic Center, as well as Sophia DeProfio. And Sheffield gets the ace. Her first serve at Panzer is an ace. She should retire now. 100% ace rate. Great stuff by the freshman, Sheffield. And the Devils return it, but blocked by Ferry before it can get over the net. Jada Everett, very athletic, has had a really great job of swinging today. And Emily Ferry says, no, not on me. Gianna Sheffield, just over the tape, and great serve, another ace for Sheffield. The chef is cooking today.
What a start for Sheffield at Panzer. 2 aces. That's almost unheard of in a game.
Fouchon, Wood, and Freeman back to pass. Wood takes it. Goes back to Everett. Good ding. Sheffield outside. Ferry blocked by Everett. She gets her revenge. And we're square at 8. Everett says, okay, Ferry, I see you. I'll raise you one better. And she goes to the back row now. Kern to Ferry. They send over a free ball. FDU returns it. Great swing by Reeder. And great set by Norotsky. FDU's come to play here in the third set. Hatcher, Kern, and Ferry back to pass. Goes to Hatcher. Uses her platform. The set outside. Good push by Ferry. Goes outside. Freeman blocked by DeProfio. We're getting a whole bunch of firsts today for these freshmen. DeProfio's first block at the Panzer Athletic Center.
It's going to be hard getting it over DeProfio with her 6-foot frame.
Ryan, this is also your first call on volleyball for the Red Hawk Sports Network.
It's been absolutely electric in here. I'm enjoying it a lot. This is a great game and high energy, back and forth, especially in this set. It's been amazing.
Ferry sent that one out of bounds. Julia Vargo checks in for Ferry. And now Freeman goes to the back row to serve. Goes to Hatcher, tight on the net. Reeder dumps it down. Hatcher puts it back away. Norotsky pushed over by Reeder. Hatcher with the dig. Goes outside. Great swing by DeProfio. And a good set from Sheffield. He's taking over the setting duties here in this third set, relieving Karsich. Zoe Horn goes back to serve. Thomas. And another ace for Montclair. Zoe Horn from Atlanta, Georgia. Her first ace of the day.
This is a big moment for both teams, obviously, but more importantly for FDU. You can't let the Red Hawks pull away in these situations and get hot.
Horn sends it over. FDU trying to return it and can't. Zoe Horn putting on a clinic from behind the service line. Fouchon, Wood, and Freeman await. Great pass by Freeman. Goes outside as Wood. And a net violation on the freshman DeProfio. When the refs signal the hands, it takes me a little bit to try and figure out what number they're talking about. It took me like 3 good seconds to see that they're holding up 2 threes. It's like, all right, that's DeProfio. Curran, good pass. Outside, DeProfio puts into the net. We're seeing this Montclair roster from essentially top to bottom. And it's good for these young freshmen to get some actual game experience at the Panzer Athletic Center. Thomas sends it over. Quick, up the middle. Great dig, but not great enough. FDU takes the lead 13-12. Gabby Hart through the middle.
That's 3 straight points for the Devils, and that's exactly what they needed. They couldn't let the Redhawks pull any further away, and they brought themselves right back in it.
Fouchon with the good serve. Goes outside. Hit by Curran. Kept up by FDU. Wood taps it over. Curran. Tight. Uses the platform. Outside the Profio. Taps it over. FDU can work with it. Goes outside. Wood. Wood puts it into the net. And we're square at 13. So we're going to pair of substitutions. Karstich will check back in, which means Sheffield will head to the bench. And we'll also see Ackermanian go to the front row. And DeProfio sits one out. Good serve, good pass. Outside is Wood. Wood sends it to Vargo. Karstich, Thomas. Great dig by FDU. Get a few touches on it. Wood again. A miscommunication between Hatcher and Vargo. That's one that you wish you can get back.
And surprisingly, that's the first time we've seen a play like that for the Redhawks where neither one kind of knew who was going for the ball, and like you said, a miscommunication.
This team has been communicating and gelling very well together. So you haven't really seen a lot of those little mistakes too often today. Vargo takes this one. Karstich sends it outside to Curran, tips it over. A great decision by Curran. That's another kill.
Curran really has it all. She's got the power, she's got the cleverness to just tip it over, and you can see when she goes to smack the ball, FDU kind of is getting ready to react for it, and she just fools them with a soft touch.
She puts a good serve there. Up the middle. Dug out by Hatcher. Outside, Ackermanian. Dug out by Fouchon. Outside, Wood. And Wood in between Montclair defenders. FDU takes the lead again, 15-14 now.
Ariana Woods, the freshman who came into this game with 13 kills, which is second on her team right there. She gets another one. Very impressive.
Ackermanian sends it over. Dug out by Fouchon. Carrizo. Out to Everett. Or Freeman, excuse me. But she sends that one out of bounds. 15-15 now. Teeter-tottering. Just trading punches back and forth.
This third set's been amazing. It's been great, back and forth. Highly competitive.
Very competitive. Hatcher back to serve. Great serve just over the tape. And FDU can't return it. An ace for Emma Hatcher.
Like you said, great serve. That was a laser beam on a line straight over the net.
You think you'd be able to pass that?
Nah, I'm not returning that. I'm not going to lie. I can't lie to the Red Hawk viewers.
Freeman, Wood, and Fouchon back to pass for FDU. Awaiting a laser beam from Hatcher. Another laser beam, and another ace for Emma Hatcher.
Exactly what the Red Hawks needed. A couple serves to get them going.
And a timeout by Madsen.
Get the ball back in their favor and in their control, and that's how you take over games.
So 17-15, Montclair leads in this third set. Every time that we've seen a timeout or an adjustment period, FDU has come out hot. How important is it right now, trailing by 2, 17-15 in this third set when you're facing elimination from today? How important is it to get this first pass?
It's everything. It's do or die. You don't want to go down any more points than you already are, and if you give up one more, you're down 3, and that's just going to keep adding and adding. We're getting close to the final score here. If FDU doesn't lock in, tighten up, and return these absolutely amazing serves that we're seeing by Hatcher, it'll be a sad night for the Devils.
when I look at the grand scheme of volleyball, I like to break it into 5 different games. You want to be the first to 5, first to 10, 15, 20, 25. So if you're Coach Madsen, I would be thinking like, all right, we're down 2-0. Let's get to 5 before they can. Get to 20, and then work from there. You want to take it 1 point at a time, 1 pass at a time, 1 set, 1 hit. But when you have a player like Emma Hatcher waiting behind the service line, and you know she's going to send a good old serve, got to get a good pass here. Great pass. Caruso works with Everett. Everett! A whole bunch of touches and it goes over. Caruso outside. Hit over. Karsos. Over to Hatcher. Outside. The freshman Ferry sends it over. Caruso up the middle. Blocked by Horn. 18-15 now. Crucial point goes to the Redhawks.
That point could have been the biggest point of the night so far. It looked like the Redhawks were going to slip away one, and just when you think they will, Horn with the block and saves the day.
Freeman Wood and Fouchon. Fouchon off their hands! Mental mistake by Fouchon, who's going out of bounds. But when that laser beam's coming at you, tough to get your hands away. 19-15 now. 6 points away for a sweep by Montclair. Hatcher, the 4-point lead behind her, serves it over. Fouchon uses her platform. They're going to send over a free ball. Goes into the net.
Emma Hatcher has looked to kind of take over this game and put into her own hands, quite literally, with these phenomenal serves, making it very difficult for the Devils to even return.
Hatcher, again, an ace! She can't be stopped right now. Emma Hatcher's on fire.
It looks like she can't even believe it. She's laughing hysterically and having a great time while she's smashing laser beams like we've said.
Another timeout now by Madsen. So we just had this 17-15 timeout, and then Hatcher, 4 straight incredible serves. Now this is where you really have to lock in. And now it's 21-15, down by 6, going to 25. You have to really figure out how to get this first pass, because that's the only thing that matters. They got it in that first pass out of that first timeout just a few points ago. But Montclair ended up winning that really long rally. What do you think Coach Madsen's telling his team right now?
If I'm Coach Madsen, I'm telling the team to just focus on getting a good return or a good dig and to set up the teammates, because almost on every single first touch, it's going backwards, it's going to the side. They're not getting a good return on it. So if maybe that means a substitution for someone who has a bit softer hands or a better return artist. But that's the basis of what I'd be telling them. Just try and win the ball back.
FDU has Everett and Hart out there, arguably the best hitters. They can get a good pass and set one of them up. They can get back into this game. 21-15, Emma Hatcher back to serve. This one too strong and out of bounds. Just a few plays ago, saw something similar. Fouchon hit her hands though. 21-16, FDU.
I was going to say, it looked like the entire Devils squad knew that it was going to be out.
And Hart sends that one into the net. That's tough.
That's a heartbreaker if you're the Devils. You win the ball back, and then just to give it away immediately with a serve is just not ideal, and not how you make a late comeback in set 3 down 2-0.
We saw great serves by Hatcher, and now we see Gianna Sheffield, who had 2 aces in her first 3 serves. Gets a good one there. Up the middle, tapped over. Hatcher, Sheffield, quick, into the campfire! Sheffield, tricky! 23-16.
Sheffield has had a few really, really nice moments, a few nice serves, and puts one in the campfire with a soft touch.
Sheffield with a good serve there. Great pass Up the middle, Reeder, dug out by Hatcher. Sheffley keeps it off the net. Goes outside. DeProfio! The freshman to freshman connection. Another point for Montclair, 24-16. We got match point for Montclair State. Sheffley back to serve. Sheffley, it's a good one. Good pass, tight, goes over and into the net. 25 for Montclair State, and they take the third set, 25-16, and it's a nice sweep at the first home game for the volleyball Montclair State Redhawks. 25-16 to finish that third set. Ryan, what a performance!
Great set, great match of volleyball at the end of the day, but tonight the Redhawks were simply too much, especially in the first two sets. We saw the Devils come with a lot more life in that third set, brought the competitiveness and even had the lead late into the set, but the depth of the Redhawks, the experience and chemistry that they showed, and just the versatility of this team and just how many different types of players they have really propelled them to the victory, I think. And Stawinski had a great game plan and put his players in the right positions.
And it was a great all-around performance from literally everybody. And Curran with 11 kills and 11 digs, a nice little double-double for her. Emma Hatcher had 10 digs. We saw Emily Karsich with 29 assists and didn't play the whole third set. A 25-16 victory in that third set. And they looked dominant from set 1 to set 3, just playing very well altogether.
It was a case of the Redhawks just simply have a little too much firepower in the end. When you think you had them, the Devils didn't. They would turn it up a notch. They would flip the script. What we saw at the end, Emma Hatcher was like, "I'm trying to go home. I want to get out of here. Let's just kill them with these serves." And she took over the third set and really brought it home.
Yeah, that was the stretch that solidified this third set. Emma Hatcher's streak of serves, and I mean, everybody served really well. I mean, a lot of the players had those aces, and it really made things difficult for FDU to get that first pass and to be able to run their offense. And then when they were able to run their offense, Montclair's hands up front was just too strong.
And on the other side, I would say the Devils, you have something to build off with that third set. You know, you played well, and to be able to keep that going against a good team, you can bring that into the next match and into the future. So it's not all said and done for the Devils. That was their first loss of the season. It is an early season, but you can build off something like that. You know, you're on the road, and to come in here and be down 2 sets and still fight to the very end is something that you can take home with and be proud of.
We're going to get Zoe Horn. Hello, Zoe Horn.
I can't hear you.
You can't hear me? All right, you can read my lips. 25-16, third set victory. 3-0, first game here at Panzer. How did it feel?
The energy was great in here, and I think, I don't know, first home game, and the jitters are gone now, so I'm really excited to keep playing and keep pushing this season.
So you're finally able to be with the team. Pretty big off season, a lot of new faces here in this program. How important and how fun is it to be in this locker room and to be on the court with everyone?
It's honestly so much fun. I watched them last season a lot before I came here, and being with the people on the team now, it's just like, it's an amazing feeling to be with people. Like, we're a family already, so I'm excited. I'm excited to see.
Yeah, I got one question for you. Can you talk about just being in the middle and playing with someone like Emily and just being able to play with someone so accurately passing? Just how does it make your job so easy and stuff like that, and vice versa?
Like playing with the setter.
Yeah, just take me through that. Yeah.
We have a connection already. Like, we're making that connection still, but like the connection we have right now, it's exciting to see how far we go with that. Yeah, I'm really excited to be in the middle with her. She knows she's a great setter.
You can really see the chemistry on the court, which is surprising because it's like I said before, so many new faces.
Yeah.
I mean, it's only going to get better.
Yeah, it's only going to get better. I'm so excited.
Awesome. Well, thank you. Great game today.
Thank you so much.
Great game.
Zoe Horn, one of the incredible freshmen that we've seen so far on this team. Gabby Conrad had a few great plays. Emily Ferry got in and on the action. This is a team that is built for a lot of success for the future, not just this season. And we're going to get another one. Let's go. Rachel Curran, can you hear me?
Kinda.
Are you with the mic down? There you go. Hi. 25-16, third set victory. 3-0 sweep, first home court. Tell me through your emotions. What?
Am I supposed to hear you through it?
You can just read my lips. or take one ear out.
Okay.
3-0 victory today. First home game with a new team. How are the vibes?
The vibes are good. We're very young, so, and I'm new. I'm a transfer. So we're working on some things. Some little things need to get fixed, but I think overall at the end of the season we're going to do really well.
How have you been adjusting with everybody? Because like you said, it's a new team. You're a tournament MVP last weekend. I mean, how does this all feel so far this season?
That was amazing. There's no other feeling. It's crazy.
And first home game, what was it like playing in Panzer?
It's so fun with everyone here, playing in front of everyone. It's so fun.
I'll ask you the same question I asked Zoe. You're new to the team as well. Can you just talk about the chemistry with your setters and just everything? What's it been like to build that? And it's looking like it's working so far.
Yeah, it has been. I personally had to take a minute to connect with the setters, but I think we're there right now.
It sure seems like the chemistry is already so good, and it's only going to get better.
Mm-hmm. It is. It's going to go up from here.
Awesome. Well, thank you. Great game today.
Thank you.
Great job. Rachel Curran. Incredible game today.
We can talk about Rachel Curran, we can talk about Sky Ramsey, but those are the big names of the team, right?
Yeah.
But there's also, as we've been talking about the entire game, the freshmen getting involved and putting up great performances. So it's great to see, the big names are going to get the interviews most of the time, but it's important to note how deep this team truly is, and to just see it firsthand was very, very impressive.
And a player like Katie Rodman, who has done such a good job of leading the team, Leah Chipman, both these women have been doing such a great job as junior leaders, and those types of players are so important as we take a look on the upcoming schedule for Montclair. So they got the win today against FDU, 4-1 now. So they won 3 straight in a tournament in Bethlehem, Pennsylvania. Lost against NYU, won today against FDU. And then they face Springfield College on Saturday, as well as Franklin and Marshall on Saturday. So a nice little tri-match. We see the tri-match every year, and it's a good feeler of how the team's going to be. Then they face Arcadia University on September 12th on Tuesday. New Paltz, September 15th on Friday. Wentworth Institute of Technology on that same Friday, so another tri-match tournament where they'll see Emory College on September 16th this Saturday and Misericordia. And then we're back to NJAC at Montclair, Kane University, September 19th. So we're very excited for this upcoming schedule. Montclair, 4-1. Final thoughts?
Final thoughts, Matt. I'm just impressed with this Red Hawk team, We were unsure of how they would be able to play because of losing top players like St. Pierre, Higgins, Waterman. But we see tonight and early on in the season, they're 4-1, and they're just playing great volleyball, and as a collective group, it truly is. It's their chemistry is there, their depth is there, and they're winning so far. It's looking good for the Red Hawks.
And you can really feel that it's only going to get better as they really gel. I think that's going to do it for us here on the Red Hawk Sports Network. For Ryan White, I'm Matt Boucher, saying have a very, very great night.